This one stock can change early buyers' lives. This isn't financial advice, but could be a good idea based on the info I've looked into to buy as much as possible before November 30th. Ticker is HXLXL, and they do carbon fiber composite materials for aircraft. Specifically, they do have 30% of sales now coming from space and defense. So, in essence, government contracts make up about a third of their sales, which is good because aircraft as a segment can be a little cyclical, seasonal. Of course, there are crazy times like COVID where that was really a problem for those companies. But once again, cruisers cruised, planes flew. But during that time, it's really helpful to have government contracts. So this is a ticker as the market's a little choppy that looks to be holding up well. And let's jump into a little breakdown on what it's up to.
This is Sam Putnam.
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 So here's the actual price agreement where buyers and sellers are meeting, aka the price. It's at $68 right now. And it had a big move up on earnings. The earnings per share actually came in a little bit below consensus. Revenue was a little better. So all we really have to care about though is because, earnings per share can be great and then companies can sell off. We saw what Microsoft did this quarter. Significant beat on earnings per share and significant sell the news. Even with that OpenAI agreement that they figured out for the equity and the basically free pass for OpenAI to have another partner for compute. Despite all that good news, Microsoft sold off. So it's not really super helpful becoming an earnings expert, even though it seems like it's a good idea to do that. So HXL, big move up, earnings reaction, which we can see in hindsight is solid. And it's okay that's in hindsight because it came down, it's holding on this moving average, and it's going sideways here. So again, a little opportunity where a stock made a big move and is now going sideways, basically telling us that buyers and sellers agree it's worth this much. And at some point, they're going to decide that buyers want it more or sellers want it more. And right now, it looks like buyers are going to win. Part of that is just by it sort of getting more and more compressed each day, moving up slightly as it gets more and more compressed, but also it just made a big move up and had some profit taking. So the fact that it didn't go straight down is good. Now, that's like the story, the tale of what you actually see with your own eyes. But if you want the story of the narrative version of the story, they do carbon fiber for airplanes. And like I said, growth in defense and space, space being led by SpaceX, I guess almost a decade ago. And then that space really growing since then. Revenue is almost 500 million, but basically flat year over year. And I don't know if this sector as a whole is something you want to take a look at right now. I mean, aerospace and defense. If we look at some of these other tickers, KTOS being one that comes to mind immediately, big sell-off on earnings. So these speculation moves that had big moves in aerospace and defense are definitely cooling off. So this is not really a bet on aerospace and defense. It's more a earnings play opportunity. So this is the end of Q3 earnings season. NVIDIA is very near the end, coming up in about a week. And until then, there's going to be a few opportunities like this where companies had good earnings reaction. There's a little pull back, partly due to the cool off of the market as a whole. And anything can happen in December. But given the run we've had since April, I think it would be crazy to go all in on December. It's probably more likely that there's a little bit more sideways and chop. So that's why instead of, again, I've been talking about ETFs that are doing really well. It's great that, the bank ETF was doing pretty solid. Nice bounce today. It's great that healthcare is doing well. And these biotech ETFs, as always, are intriguing, although they definitely have some drops. If we don't know the market's going to do well in December, we kind of have to look at individual names because the money has to go somewhere. It's not like everyone just sells everything and goes into cash. Basically, every person who has a 401k or any type of passive index account is passively, by doing nothing, betting on AI because those companies make up like 30% of the market. So I think that bet is pretty much played out for this year. It's probably not going to do much in the next month. And people that do move around to different stocks could do well looking at recent earnings plays like Excel. So that's the idea. If you like these ideas, hit that like button. If you want a free course on how to buy stocks before they go up, hit that subscribe. And if you want one-on-one help, head over to stockscommunity.com.
This is Sam Putnam.
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 This is Sam Putnam.